Hello. Mush mush.
But I had to be like, oh, I know, computer. I know she's calling. Thank you. It's like I kind of have to go not on my computer because then I won't be able to hear the people when they call in. And so I'll be able to hear them, but I'm not willing to have anyone who quality checks my calls hear y'all. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Salutations and welcome to yet another episode of the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party Podcast with Kiki, Cupcake, and Miss. Happy Valentine's Day, and don't you dare settle for fine. Enjoy the show.
Ooh, Farah.
Huh?
Sorry, I started scrolling through Twitter and I was like, oh, it's Farah or Faria Amari from Overwatch. And I was like, ooh, fun. So what is that? Oh my gosh, yes, 4 years ago. The dinosaur balloon thingy, blow up dinosaur. Kids' birthdays parties. And finishing up Smut story number 2.
Woo!
So that I can actually post it today.
Smut story.
Yes. This time it's a little bit different as it's not technically sex, but it's still close enough that it's lots of fun. So we're at 3 pages, or about to go over into 4. Yeah, I'm about to go over into 4 pages. It took me a while to get there. There we go. And well, no idea where at work programs because they're snoo today. So
no.
Yeah, it's annoying as fuck. Because it's like you were working fine earlier, and now it's like, what the fuck? Is it because of Snowmageddon? It shouldn't be because of Snowmageddon, because all of our power lines and stuff are buried. So it's like they're in the ground. They're not up above the street. They're buried. So I'm like, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, but what do I know? I just live here. Nice one.
Oh, that was a little gross. Yeah, our local utility PG&E is suddenly like, maybe we should start burying our power lines to stop all these forest fires that keep being our fault.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Just maybe. Oh, also, I don't think I said, but because for my current work in progress for my Overwatch fic, I was trying to decide. I'm like, because I know there's Athena for Overwatch's AI, and I like the idea that there's a Blackwatch AI. Makes sense to me. And I was like, I can't figure out if I want to name it Nox or if I want to name it Vulcan. And then when I was writing what I'm currently writing, I was like, well, what about the Soldier Enhancement Program AI? What am I going to call that? I was like, I'll call that one Vulcan. So it's like I was walking and it was kind of like an aha moment. And I was like, that makes me happy. Settles my brain down, my brain cells.
Oh, good.
So, and also I can work it into my other fic as well, which and I can work it in a way that makes sense. So, sort of, kind of still working on that. My brain. Yeah, it's funny because Google Docs cannot make up its mind whether there's one word should be begin or began because they both fit. And so it's like maybe it should be began. And so I was like, okay. I changed it, and then it's like maybe it should be begin. I'm like, that's why I just changed it from. What the fuck? Okay, I'm sticking with one, and you're just gonna have to deal with it and just give me the blue underline. Yes. In that case, in this sentence, it's began. Thank you, Google Docs. Thank you.
Let's see. Read later.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me finish this email. I forgot. I'm like, because I was taking a small mental break from work because I was like, rah, 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 rah. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a email I need to respond to. Now, let me go ahead and do that before I forget again. And yeah. Or credit card details? Like, no, you don't get credit card details. Honey buns. We don't store your. Wait, wrong thing. Hold up. Oh, I thought this was a golf course. Oh. Membership invoice. Okay. In our need to do that over the phone. Please call us.
Nope.
What? It's a cupcake!
It's a cupcake.
It's okay, Cupcake. You know us. We still love you.
Okay. Let me. Yeah.
Oh, and apparently, I have been moved to the new way to take phone calls at work.
That's good.
So now I'm using Google Voice. I'm using something else, and hopefully this will be fine. I don't know if it will be fine because this is my first half day using it, but you know.
Right. Right.
All right, so I have to leave notes. Request. It's speeding. The system is speeding up. I hope it's not because we don't have a shit ton of calls coming in.
Right.
Invoice.
What'd you have for lunch?
I had a. Hang on. Turn this down so I can hear you. Where the hell is it? There it is. I had a bowl of chili ramen and a bag of mixed vegetables. Cupcake has gotten fat from the holidays, and so Cupcake's got to lose some weight. Cupcake gained 12 pounds in 3 weeks because somebody's grandfather died, and their grandmother was diabetic, and guess who got all the sweets for Grandpa, who was no longer able to eat them? I went through, in order, an entire German chocolate cake, a dozen cookies, 3 large cinnamon rolls, and a pan of brownies. Not recently, but between Christmas and burying Grandpa the second week of January. All of a sudden I'm like, I can't get into my pants. I mean, my nice pants for burying Grandpa, and I was like, the fuck? I step on the scale, I'm like, oh, I'm up like 12, 15 pounds. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Now, mind you, what's up?
I said poor Cupcake.
I say, now, mind you, it seems to me that as soon as I realized this and I, cut all the extra eating I was doing, the weight has been coming off rapidly, because this hoodie was getting tight and now it's getting loose again, and I've only been keeping track for like a week or two. But I mean, I also walk between 10 to 20,000 steps a day at work, and I'm carrying things, I'm going up and down ladders, and so as long as I'm watching what I'm eating, I burn the calories pretty fast.
Well, good.
But yeah, that was a little like, holy shit, I'm in like the 230s and I was just in like the 210s. So I'm like, oh shit. I went from I was like 215, 217 before Grandpa got sick. And I stepped on the scale and I was like 232, 234. And I'm like, holy shit balls, I ate way too many calories while Christmas was going on.
That's no good. Well, I know over the holidays, because before the holidays I was like 205, 207.
Right.
And at my last appointment for my lady parts, I was like 212. So I'm like, that's not too bad. 7 pounds is not too bad. But still, it's like,
Well, like I said, for me I made the mistake of being the one to consume all the chocolate cake for Grandpa.
Yeah.
I think that was really where I got hung, was the chocolate cake. It's like, everything else was pretty well spread out, but the chocolate cake was like through a span of like 4 days.
Yeah, that might do it for you.
Because it was like, the first day we had it for like Christmas or whatever, or maybe it was New Year's. I think it was New Year's because Grandpa got sick right after that. It was like, here's a quarter. Here's an 8. 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 I'm like, oh my god.
Okay. Right. I was like, I'm hearing so, because hubby's working from home today, so I'm like, what is he doing out there?
Right.
I don't know what he's doing.
Thing with the stuff, guy.
Guy stuff, yeah, I know.
With chainsaws and jackhammers.
Right.
That sort of stuff.
Manly men doing manly things. Sorry. That's Robin Williams saying that, just manly men doing manly things.
You guys can't hear that, right?
Hear what?
My cat losing its absolute mind on the other side of the door.
No.
Why is your cat losing its mind on the other side of the door?
Because I'm being lazy and not getting up to let him in.
Oh. You monster, making your cat sit out in the cold.
He's only gonna want to be in here for like 5 minutes.
I know.
Before he realizes, oh, the door's gonna stay closed? Well, fuck that.
Yeah.
I only wanted to be in here so I could come in here. Now that I'm in here, I don't want to be in here, so I'm leaving. Goodbye. Let me back in, goddammit.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
They're apparently gonna make a Madam Web movie?
That's interesting.
What the? Sorry, I have to look that up now. I'm like, you said
She's like,
Madam Web.
yeah,
Oh,
she's like
okay.
the fortune teller from Spider-Man.
Okay, I had to look that up because I didn't realize. Whoa.
Because isn't she the one that introduces Peter to the Beyonder?
Yes? Question mark?
Right.
It's been a while.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that. Let's say the first incarnations of Madame Web never actually fought villains due to her age and condition. I was like, she was an old lady, basically, the last time I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as you guys just hear me typing away. Like,
right.
Oh, geez. Paralyzed, blind, telepathic, clairvoyant, and precognitive.
Yup.
Great.
Yup.
Wait, her powers get passed on?
Yep.
I did not know that. I like barely remember her, so.
Right. My only seeing her in media is
the classic
like
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he meets the Beyonder and they do the whole War of Infinite Earths or whatever.
Which could really work with how they're going.
Right. Well, with the whole Far From Home.
I just saw a photo because I'm looking at images and I'm like, is that? Because I can't figure out if this is Venom or if this is another villain. I'm not saying Venom is a villain, but I'm like, because it looks like Tom Hardy. They use Tom Hardy, but then they digitally. Here, let me put it in the. So the guy on the left.
Yeah, that's Tom Hardy.
Okay, so is that Tom Hardy as
Venom?
As Venom? Because I'm like,
yeah, that's like the split second when Venom starts to come out of him the first time. They're harassing him in his apartment.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, I can't remember.
You only see that for a split second because he does the scary face. And they're like, oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I was like, I think that's him.
Right.
Oh my god. Sorry. Sorry, someone shared artwork of an artist I follow on Patreon where they did a mashup. And I was just like, yes, I've already seen that. It is amazing. Anyways.
I know you guys don't follow wrestling, but did you see what Sasha Banks wore to the Royal Rumble?
Right? That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yes. I did not.
She is such a fucking weeb.
Her and, is it not Melfina? What the hell was her name? Melina? Did the Naruto-inspired costume.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Sailor Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. She's her and the now kind of defunct New Day, because they were showing me, my friends were showing me like the ultimate clip show of the New Day. I was just like, why did they break this whole gimmick up? This was awesome. These guys were killing it.
McMahon has lost his fucking mind and does not understand what his clientele wants, only what he wants. And he wants to go back to the days that wrestling actually kind of sucked. But everybody was watching it, so it didn't matter.
Like the whole pre-gimmick thing? They're all kind of just...
They're all just big buff guys.
Right.
It's like, no, we don't really give a shit about big buff guys. We want to see flips and kicks and...
I don't know what, which one he's in, but the guy that's, they were showing me a guy who's basically evil Pee Wee Herman. He's pretty fucking awesome. I love his whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his name, I'm sorry. They showed me a clip of him. I was like, they're interviewing him, and the guy's just going off the rails about the owner owing him like a plane load of sauerkraut or something. It was like, what? I was promised a blip of sauerkraut when I joined this organization, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on my blip of sauerkraut. I'm like, what the shit?
Mm.
But yeah, no, my response to the men's Royal Rumble was, hey, look, it's every fight from every side-scrolling brawler ever. A bunch of nondescript mooks kicking the shit out of each other, and a couple people I've heard of who are like... I was talking to my friend Brittle, who was the one that's been showing us all this, and I was like, what would you have done if, like, Mike Hager from Final Fight had come running in? He's like, I would have lost my shit. Like, it's not actually Mike Hager, but like somebody dressed up like Mike Hager.
That would have been great.
Just a guy in a green set of overalls, just like charging down the ramp. I was like, I don't know anything about wrestling, and I was like, why did Brock Lesnar win?
Us wrestling fans are just confused because he has a title. He shouldn't have been in the Royal Rumble in the first place.
Right.
No, wait, he doesn't have a title.
He doesn't currently, yeah.
You know, he just lost it, but still, he's in an Elimination Chamber match, so why does he need a Royal Rumble match?
Because merchandising.
Just like so many other great women wrestlers right there, right now, and we had to give it to Ronda Rousey again?
Right.
At least she pointed at the sign properly this time.
You know, I was kind of hoping one of, like I know they were just there to fill space, but I was kind of hoping, like, one of, like, the all-star wrestlers, like Lita would have won, just for shits and giggles.
Well, Lita broke her neck, so she can't wrestle anymore, so...
Oh, no, I didn't know that!
When she did a guest stunt on, what was that show called with, whatever show that was called, the stunt she did, she broke her neck.
That show where they did the stunt, what show was that? I don't know, the show. Okay,
hang on,
cool.
let me look it up.
Who did it have in it? Was it anybody famous? Was it like the Wild Boys, or...? It sounds like something from the Jackass guys.
No, it was a while ago. It was like a real sci-fi show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know they told all the Jackass boys after the last movie that, like, literally they will die if they keep doing this. They actually told Johnny Knoxville that, like, you can't take, like, any more hits. Like, your body's ready to go. He's like, well, I got kids. I guess it's time to, you know, hang up the towel.
Good idea, muchacho. I never really had much interest in watching Jackass. It was just like, not that it was bad or anything. It was just like, yeah. Like,
well, you see, you lack testicles, and that's why you would not have any interest in it, because it's the kind of shit that drunk dudes do. It's the kind of shit we like when I was in college. It was the shit you'd see guys like out on the quad just fucking doing stupid shit.
It was Jessica Alba. That's her name. Why did I forget Jessica Alba's name? Do you remember the show Dark Angel?
Wow, that's from like 2000, like what, 4?
2002.
Holy shit, that's old.
Yeah, she performed a Hurricane Rana on somebody and landed fucking wrong. She's technically a retired wrestler, but she teaches wrestling to the wrestlers now.
Right.
As one of their Hall of Famers. That's what she does. That's why she's there every Royal Rumble.
Right, because she's still in the organization. She's just retired from active wrestling. For good reason. Like, I'm in no way saying that any of these, like, older wrestlers should be doing crazy shit. I thought it would be a fun nod. Given that I was told that when they came up with the Women's Royal Rumble, they realized they didn't actually have enough women to fill all the slots.
No, what's sad is, now they do, and they keep giving slots to people who aren't in the industry anymore, because they keep forgetting they have NXT.
Right, okay.
A lot of those women did not appear in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because I was told they only had 23 women on staff when they came up with the idea, and they were like, oh shit, we gotta find people quick.
Yeah, when they originally did the Women's Royal Rumble, they didn't have enough. So they're like, we're gonna have to pull from the vault.
Right. I mean, I'm a dude who knows nothing about it, but I've been watching it because all of my all of my gaming friends are wrestling fans. Like, they're watching AEW and all that stuff, and like, I'm an outsider looking at it, and some of the shit I got to watch the other night. We watched the first episode of the first season of Lucha Underground, and I was like, God. Holy shit, this is amazing. Reminds me of...
Go ahead.
Right? No, I was saying, it reminds me of... Do you remember in the 90s there was that, like, martial arts competition show? Like, UAC Masters or something like that?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. I said, like, this is like when I was a kid, we would watch, like, Golden Dragon preside over the Ring of Honor.
Lucha Underground is just madness.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. We watched one episode. I'm like, this is insane. Like the second match of the first episode, it's a lady versus a guy, and the guy's like, I will not fight women. Get out of the ring. She's like, okay. She gets out of the ring, and after 5 counts, she roils in and just knocks him on his ass. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. They have. I mean, it's like everything else. It's scripted, but they have mixed gender matches.
Right.
Which WWE, even though they have mixed gendered tag matches, the women still fight the women, the men still fight the men.
Yeah, they had that in the Royal Rumble with the Miz and I forget who the other couple were.
The Grit couple of Beth Phoenix and oh my god, why am I blanking on his name?
But you know what I'm talking about, like I'm sorry I don't know their names. I've seen them once. Yeah.
Edge. Beth Phoenix could literally rip a person in half.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
She's a glamazon, as they call her.
Right. Well, there were a couple ladies in the Royal Rumble where I'm like, that woman looks like she bench presses trucks for fun.
Mm-hmm. Because we have a mixture of different kind of women wrestlers now. Whereas back in the day, we just had, eye candy.
Right.
Yeah.
And not a lot of actual wrestling.
Well, a lot of those women, not a lot, all those women were good looking. I just meant, there was a mixture of body types. There was, I'm
not saying they're not good looking. I just meant that's all their point was.
They were just there to look pretty. They weren't actually wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tracking. I'm sorry. I thought you meant, they were only worried about the way they looked. I'm like, all those women were good looking. They all look like they could whoop my ass, but they're all good looking.
Yeah, sadly they had to let Nia Jax go, who you didn't get to see, because she kept hurting people. Not intentionally. She's just bad. Strong. She's bad at that part of wrestling where you're supposed to protect the person you're tossing around.
Right. Yeah, we were saying that they watched, this week one night they showed me, WCW Uncensored 1995, which is widely considered one of the worst, pay-per-view promotions ever done. And all I remember was Dusty Rhodes versus the Blacktop Bully in the back of a tractor trailer wrestling. And the gimmick was there was a cage match. Basically, it was a cage match on a moving semi-truck. And the story is it was the Bully's truck and his lieutenant was driving it. And the first person to get from the back to the front and climb up this metalwork, there was a bullhorn. And the first person to pull it won. So it wasn't like a pin match, it was just, you have to honk the horn. And watching these two guys doing 20 miles an hour down the back roads of Georgia and keep falling because, it's a fucking 26,000-pound tractor trailer moving all over the road with a police escort. So every time they try to do shit to each other, they fall over because they can't get a strong enough footing to even, throw each other. They're trying to do, throws and shit, but they keep falling over with each other in each other's arms. One of them goes to pick one up and, do, some sort of, suplex or some shit, and the truck makes a turn, and they just go, right into the fucking hay. And I'm like, okay, what the this goes on for, 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes. I'm like, what the hell are we watching? What the fuck is this? We're watching two grown men fall over each other in the back of a fucking semi-truck. What? What?
Well, this is basically televised and monetized wrestling version of what the good old boys do in their free time. They're just
this is from 1995. this is what they considered wrestling in 1995. And what really stuck with me was, this is the one where WCW had, story-wise, banned Ric Flair, and he's hiding in the crowd dressed like a woman, and not just dressed like a woman, like he went whole horse, like, he has high heels, makeup, everything. Like, he looks like a middle-aged woman until he starts whooping on the guy's ass. I don't remember who was wrestling, but I just remember all of a sudden this woman jumps the barrier and starts whooping on the one wrestler, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, that's gonna be somebody like Ric Flair, and the guys go, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, what? Like, he turns to the camera and I see his face and he goes, ooh, and I go, are you fucking kidding me? Ric Flair is dressed up like a woman in the crowd, and that was their storyline. And then this was like WCW before Hulk Hogan went like Hollywood Hulk Hogan, so he's still a face, and he's like, it was bad. It was just bad. They didn't do some stupid shit where they had to wrap a belt around the opponent and then go like to the four corners of the ring. It was just bizarre because they had some guy dressed up like the Ultimate Warrior, but not actually the Ultimate Warrior. And then they tell me, like, the guys tell me that this guy, like, when WCW let him go, he killed himself out of shame. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? Like, what?
There's a great TV series on right now called The Dark Side of Wrestling that will just go into all the bad shit that happens because of wrestling, either from the old days even to the newer days. And just, which is one of the reasons we don't see Ric Flair on TV right now, because sexual assault allegations came up against him again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But yeah, that was
a surprise.
That has been my and there were like more matches, but those are the ones that stuck out to me. Was the wrestling match in the back of a fucking semi truck? I'm like, who thought this was a good idea? Like, why did they think that anybody would want to watch this for half an hour of like a 3-hour event?
Mm-hmm. They can do it.
Then they were showing me something about the gobbledygooker, and I was just like, oh my fucking god, this is the best wrestling concept of all time.
You mean the worst wrestler ever?
Yeah, you're gonna fight a giant turkey.
Actually, he's not the worst wrestler ever. Who's the worst wrestler ever? What was his name?
The gobbledygooker is the worst wrestler of all time?
Not of all time, no.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
we were watching a thing about the gimmicks of like gimmicks being like transferred from one wrestler to another, because like Ric Flair is the second person to be like the Nature Boy, but the gobbledygooker they're like three, like the gobbledygooker and like Doink the Clown had 3 different wrestlers.
What was his name?
So I'm almost done with this.
I'm at.
Let's go back to
I don't
England.
remember his name, but he came out in essentially a spray-painted stormtrooper mask.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know who you're talking about, but I know like what you're talking about.
Like, his entrance is like the all-time worst thing ever, because he also almost didn't bust through the wall.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what his name was. I'm sure hubby would know, but he's not here. He's at work.
That is not what I meant. Oh my god. Yes, there he is. Shockmaster?
Yes. Oh my god, that thing is so glittery. More glittery than I remember. Fred Ottoman. But yeah, the Shockmaster. Oh my god.
I mean, he looks like a nice enough guy. I'm sorry that he was such a shitty wrestler.
Well, I don't think as a wrestler, or at least for that time, he was actually that bad. It's just he got a bad gimmick, which happens.
Apparently, he was also Tugboat on WWE.
Yeah, and Typhoon.
Oh, he was Typhoon? I watched him wrestle. It
Mm.
was Typhoon versus... Oh god, who did Typhoon wrestle? Oh my god. W Uncensored. Actually, we watched him wrestle. It was Hulk Hogan versus Vader in a leather strap match in Tupelo, Mississippi. Yeah, one of them was Ming versus Jim Duggan, which was hilarious. Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Typhoon, it was Avalanche that he wrestled. It was Randy Savage versus the Avalanche.
Ooh, Avalanche.
And that was what it was. Randy Savage ends up getting his ass whooped by Ric Flair and drag.
Oops. Yeah, I haven't watched too much WWE. That's why I'm like a little bit quiet here.
That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it right now. It's not that great. I'd recommend AEW.
Oh god, it's so bad. Yeah, AEW is so much better. Much better.
AEW doesn't
what I've heard.
do the best with its female wrestlers. Not females, I'm sorry. Women wrestlers.
Right.
But it's trying.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, because one of the servers I'm in, the server owner is a big fan of WWE, AOE, or whatever, just AEW.
AEW.
So, yeah, so I know he's mentioned a few things from time to time, so.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it is sadly the superior brand right now, AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actively losing their player base to them. Player base? Their viewer base.
There he is! Who is that guy? Very evil, very fascinating. Danhausen! That's who I'm thinking of. He's like evil Pee Wee Herman, and it's amazing. He even did a tequila dance at one point.
Oh my gosh. It's great.
The man is amazing. Like, I don't know what his wrestling is like, but he's like every time they interview him, he just goes off the fucking deep end. Oh, he just made his debut. January 26th at Beach Break.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. There we go.
He appeared in a lights out match between Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole and attempted to put a curse on Cole. Later, the president announced that Danhausen had been signed with the company. No shit.
Oh.
And she's gone. He blew her brains out.
Kaboom. Oh.
Discord.
I'd love to go to go ahead.
As soon as you said attempted to put a curse, I was like, yeah, I'm not taking him seriously ever again. Not that you should, but it's like, nope.
I'd love to go to a live showing again, but you know that requires money.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to save up for a trip to fucking Utah.
I forget, why are you going to Utah?
Because there's a D&D adventure park.
Oh.
And we've all decided that in May, instead of going to KublaCon, because why go to KublaCon? None of us LARP anymore. Let's go to someplace else.
Gotcha.
Very valid. Probably not going to be talking much as I'm going to be eating my snack.
That's fine. What you eating?
Probably an apple.
Apple. Oh, we don't have any apples. No, I want an apple. All we have is bananas. Everybody decided they had to join Mama.
I see.
Mommy's the best.
Oh, I don't see a Ringo. Then you sat down, and there I see him.
Yeah.
Ringo's just such a blanket monster. It's amazing. Every time I see him, he's just like, under the blankets, let's go.
Even in the summer, he wants to be under the blankets.
You said that he looked at you. He gave you the side glance. That was amazing. He's like looking at his leg, and you're like, even in the summer, he's like, ah.
Talk about me, bitch. Would you not knock stuff over, cat? I realize that would make you not a cat, but...
Some sort of mutant dog or something.
Well, Ringo raised them. You'd think they'd be more dog-like.
Right.
I suppose since Sassy was in the house, they were also raised by Sassy, sort of.
Right.
Even though they're Ringo's babies. Did you see that Sony's gonna buy Bungie?
Oh, yeah, well, they had to because Microsoft bought, Ubisoft. Ubisoft? Activision.
Activision Blizzard, yeah. Blizzard.
It's just Activision. Blizzard is a subsidiary. Don't even give me that equal billing bullshit. Well, technically, it's Sony TV Funimation. And Sony Music Aniplex. And AMC Sentai Filmworks. Because now all three of the big licensors are owned by mega corporations. Yep. And by mega corporations, I mean one mega corporation and one big corporation. Because I forget who owns AMC, but it's...
Okay. Yeah, I just got it.
And AMC only wanted Sentai for
High Dive?
Yeah. So the general consensus between collectors is that they're going to stop doing a home video because they just basically wanted them for the High Dive service.
So much anime, so little time.
Don't even get me started.
But what happens if I get you started?
Then I show you what came in the mail.
What came in the mail?
Hang on, I gotta grab it.
Okay.
Actually, a couple of things, but this has been like a while in the making. And having to sign for it was a pain. Oh fuck, it's way over there. Maybe I don't have my headphones. I still have to. Shit. Fuck.
Hi, Ghost.
Okay.
Can I help you, Ghost? Oh.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Uh-oh, unboxing. Woohoo! Box.
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 Put this in perspective.
Oh, jeez. Nice cupcake.
Okay. Somewhere. Alright, so it opens this way, I think. Okay. Is it like... I don't have a knife on me right now. There we go. Okay. I don't even know if I can pick this up without dropping it.
Don't drop it. Nice.
Ooh,
This thing
Evangelion.
is fucking heavy.
I think I watched like the first episode of the first season of that, and then it didn't capture my attention enough, so I was like, eh.
It's a weird show to say the least.
To say the least.
Is that one of those ways, like, putting it mildly?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Whew. Okay, that one later. But yeah, that was expensive enough that I had to like go to the post office and sign for it.
Wow.
Which is a rarity. Okay. Okay. Whew. That thing is heavy. It's like easily 30 or 40 pounds. Really, idiot. I had a knife in my pocket. I had a knife in my front pocket. I'm like, really? Probably turn that back to now. Oh, wait. Damn it. I'm trying not to shock myself. Okay.
So yeah, I guess I should watch the Book of Boba Fett one of these days.
From what I've been hearing from, people in my circle, it's decisive. Some people are really into it, some people are like, eh. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Well, at the same time, I have a lot of Star Trek crap I have to catch up on. Like,
bah, humbug.
All the TV shows they put out, all the new ones they're gonna put out.
Right.
Okay. Alright. Well, yes, I got a new phone over the weekend.
Ooh.
Well, that's good.
An iPhone 13. So much better. Already. Not that my old one was like bad or anything, but
right.
It was definitely at least like 2 years old, 2 to 3 years old, so it was getting towards the end of its useful lifetime. And of course, like the battery was starting to get shitty. So okay, no call right away, always good. Da, 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 da.
I should probably watch Foundation too. Oh, now that I think about it.
That does sound interesting, but isn't that on Apple?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
I do so.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I also have to catch up on his Dark Materials.
I started watching that one, and I'm not saying anything against those actors or anything. It's just catching my attention, and I was like,
works for me. I've just been bad at watching stuff lately.
Yeah.
Because some of that stuff I watch by myself and other stuff I watch with hubby, so it's like, when do I find the time to do it?
Yeah.
When does one find the time to do anything?
Yeah.
He says while staring at his 6-foot-tall pile of to-watch anime.
What, the one that's like 2 miles long? I kid.
It's so bad. Like, all I do is work. It's...
Poor Cupcake. The hard-working man.
Right. I was supposed to go in this morning, but I was just like, yeah, it's my day off. I'm not going in.
No, Crunchyroll, I don't give a shit about your VTubers.
Yeah.
But it's the wave of the future.
I had to put in a dirty dad joke in this point. I had to do it. I was like, do I want to use this word? Yes, I want to use this word. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. That helped out loads after they both finished. And I'm like, brain, seriously, motherfucker. Oh, all right. I promise. Like, I've been cackling as I'm reading this stuff. And it's like, anyways.
You and your smut.
Yes, it's wonderful. And the e-prompts, oh my god, we were having so much fun with it because of how Hanzo was written. He was thinking he was not being oblivious, or he was oblivious that he wasn't being sneaky about ogling someone in the gym. It was just, it was great.
Okay, hubby's gonna come in, so I'm gonna turn off my camera.
Sounds like a plan.
Get him, Ringo.
Then Cupcake was the last man standing.
Yes, everybody will see just your beautiful face.
You know what? There.
I love your beautiful face. Oh, come on. I love your beautiful face, Cupcake. Your fuzzy face. I love it.
How will we know if your beard is still there if the camera's not on?
That's just something we'll have to figure out.
Oh, is it Schrodinger's beard? Sorry. Had to do a few troll cackles. I'm done. All right, so...
Did you see the update about the Hatsune Miku thingy in Magic the Gathering? She's not getting a card or anything, she's making a song.
Oops, wait a minute.
That's what a card game means.
Right.
There we go. I had to put the content warnings on there for the other server I'm in.
All the warnings.
All the warnings. I was like, I probably should warn them before they click on it.
This smut involves warnings.
Smut involves warnings.
Jesus.
right. I'm gonna wait and see if people find my dad joke in there. And see what they think about it, because the troll in me is like dancing around and cackling, and it's great. Anyways, what am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Something.
What are any of us doing, honestly?
Existing?
Hardly.
Hey, I still exist.
Well, good. I'm glad one of us isn't a mass hallucination.
I mean, I can't be sure that you two aren't.
Oh, I know I am.
Ah, damn.
I'm an aberration of reality, as they say.
Oh, is that why I'm not afraid of eldritch beings? Okay. Makes sense now.
Eldritch? Hardly. I'm an aberration, not a god.
Yet.
It's a snarl, and the... Hardly. I'm too tired to ever become a god, and too lazy.
That sounds like
I guess I can become the god of sloth. That might be interesting. Okay.
Oh, we killed an ISIS leader.
We've killed many ISIS leaders.
Well, apparently we did it again. I mean, they just keep replacing them, but...
Oops, we did it again. I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to attempt to say that name. How can we say that we did it when he detonated himself?
Well, we made him. Out of fear, he detonated himself.
I guess.
Clearly.
Anyways. Ooh. Close. Alright, let me close that. And that's that. Okay, I'm checking myself.
Before you wreck yourself?
Yes. Alright, yay.
Yay, Mish finished her smut. Woo!
Good! Woo!
On to the next one. So after today, it's one a day. So G should be tomorrow if she finishes it. And then H. So 5 days. I've got 5 days to write this. So there's another high noon. It's based off of my lock screen on my phone because I kind of got the idea for it. I was like, because I wanted to write a fanfic based off of that fan art, and then that's where I got the idea. You know, not dripping coffee on myself would be great.
That would be. But, I mean...
Where's the fun in that?
Isn't that like half the point of drinking coffee?
Yeah.
I thought the point of drinking coffee was to stave off death for one more minute.
That's another point.
That too.
There are multiple points to drinking coffee.
Seeing as I'm drinking Death Wish coffee.
Pish, posh, Death Wish.
Your face.
Yes, my face does enjoy Death Wish. Somebody put a video montage of their cat leaping from the headboard of their bed to John Cena's opening music. Right. And his name is John Cena!
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. My nose.
It's got the sniffles.
It was a little bit clogged. Sniffles. Something, combination. One of those things.
Mm.
No. That's the first one you had on here, but it's still good.
I blame the coffee.
Oops.
All right, now I have to use the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
Look at this. Some milk and puggers.
Oh, Jeff Bezos, could you be more of a douche?
Don't challenge him.
Well, apparently his super yacht is so big that in the Netherlands, in order for it to pass, they're going to have to take apart a historic bridge.
Jeez.
When, I don't know, he could go another way, I guess? I don't see why he has to go under this bridge.
I don't know either. I'm just...
Apparently this mega yacht will soon have its own support yacht. Okay. Is it more than just him on this yacht? It'd be silly if it was just him on this super yacht, because it is fucking huge.
Oh, jeez. I just have this internal sigh whenever I read or hear. I'm a longtime member internally. Fine. Watch me not give a shit. Yeah, how can I help you, sir?
Customer service.
Yeah. Well, isn't that nice? You've been a long-time member. I asked you how I can help you, not are you a long-time member? Like, really? Simmer. And you've only been with us since 1996. There's people who are been here for at least 10 years longer than you. So yes, you're a long-time member, but I'm
I deserve special treatment.
It's look upon my field of fucks. See there that it is barren and fuckless. It's there was somebody who was well, in that case, I'm not going to upgrade next year. I was like, okay, sir. Huh. Thank you for calling.
I'm trying not to kill myself as I sit down.
Don't murder yourself while sitting. That would be silly. I guess I'm glad I'm not watching The Masked Singer.
Apparently, Giuliani was one of them, and there was a shit show when they figured that out.
Yeah, a couple of the judges went off stage in protest.
2 of them, apparently.
We are way behind on that if we were watching that, which I suppose we're not? I don't know. I was hoping this would tell me when it's coming back, but just arriving in 2022 doesn't help.
What is this that's arriving next year?
2022's this year.
Oh, oops.
The third season of Umbrella Academy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I was saying before I got the call, I was like, yeah, we hung up, and I was like, bye, Felicia. Don't give a flying fuck if you don't come back. I don't. I'm not gonna cry if you don't come back, I swear.
Oh, I feel like I have to sneeze, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
Men's rights activists protest introduction of marital rape law in India.
Oh, of course.
Yep. Because heaven forbid they get consequences for their actions.
Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid women have body autonomy outside of their husbands.
Right.
Speaking of the Masked Singer, apparently Turkey has canceled it.
Woo!
For its satanic pagan content.
Clearly. You've hit that one on the head. I have no... the wrong way.
Mm.
I didn't even know there was a Masked Singer Turkey.
Right.
All of a sudden I got reminded of Netflix's new Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Right.
Which I still have to watch.
I love the one actress in there, though.
Which one?
Hold on, I have to look up her name. I know exactly who she is, but I can't remember her name. Teenage Witch cast for Netflix. Not that one. Although I did like Beth Broderick. Netflix. Miranda Otto.
Okay, I don't know that name off the top of my head.
She was Eowyn in Lord of the Rings.
Well, that's nice.
I didn't recognize her, and then when I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck? Holy crap!"
Jesus Christ, he killed somebody and only fucking served 3 years? Jesus.
Yep.
So, the ex-police
officer... I gotta kill more people. 3 years for murder? Fuck, I can do 3 years standing on my head.
I mean, it probably helps that he was once a police officer, but...
And a skin color, too.
Yeah.
I thought justice was blind. What the fuck? You telling me if I kill somebody, they're gonna put me away forever? Why did this guy only get 3 years? This is bullshit.
Hey, 3 years and 4 months.
4 months was probably the time he was sitting in there at fucking trial.
Yeah.
Itchy, itchy, itch. If I could type, that would be great.
Accumulated 20 complaints against him during his career?
Well, there you go.
Oh, now he's out and running around.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Thanks, Sabrina. Let's see here.
So, because QAnon conspiracy theorists believe that a sanctuary for butterflies in Texas is somehow bringing in illegal immigrants. They have decided to put in bomb threats against it, forcing it to shut down.
Well, clearly. I mean, it's a government conspiracy. I know that's not what they're saying, but that's just my go-to at this point. Like I said, I had the lady at work yesterday that told me her small business worth $300,000 was being basically snuffed out by increasing wages. I'm like, okay. It's like, how am I supposed to compete against you giant corporations? I'm like, you're not small. You're $300,000.
Yeah, that doesn't sound small.
She complained that her warehouse manager got a job doing the same thing for Target for twice the amount of money an hour. I'm like, there you go.
Good for him.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say to these people. Like, where are these people? They're so lazy. How are they paying their bills? I'm like, they don't exist. I don't know how to tell you this. Like, these lazy people you think aren't working, they're not there. They don't exist. Congratulations, your dream is dead. What do you want from me?
Pretty much.
Because I said, like, if you could make that much money, wouldn't you do it? She's like, well, my dreams are more important than money. I'm like, oh, apparently not, because you're running out of people to work for you, honey.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't afford to pay your staff, then you don't deserve a business. That's just how it works. How it's supposed to work.
Her complaint is that, giant corporations can afford to pay that money because they have the profits to spend on it. I'm like, okay. How is that the common person's problem, that you don't have the money to pay people what they think they're worth in a world where there's not a lot of labor? Like, it doesn't matter whether people are lazy or dead or sick or whatever. Like, they're not there. You don't have anybody to hire. Like, I'm at the point now, I don't care what your reasoning is. The point being is, just like every other resource, when it's scarce, the price goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's shockingly entitled to say, well, these lazy people won't go to work. So what you're telling me is, because you feel entitled that you should have slave labor, but because the people no longer... Let's just go off the premise that they don't want to work. They don't want to work for you. So, you feel entitled that you don't have any workers, and so your dream is dead. I don't know. Like, I was looking at my assistant like, what the actual hell? And I hate to tell you this, but if you have a warehouse manager, you're probably not a small business.
Yeah, that's one of those things, Cupcake Bros. Like, really, really, really.
What?
With the whole thing about that lady at work for you, where she was I'm a small business. No, you're not.
When she told me her business was worth $300,000, I'm going like, you're not a small business. Well, I'm small compared to you guys. You're a multi-million, I'm like multi-billion. She's like, what? I'm like, we're a multi-billion-dollar company with a B. She's like, okay, my point made. I'm like, yeah, but that's like saying we're a small business compared to, like, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're worth $20 billion, but, like, Amazon's worth $1 trillion. They're worth 100 times what we're worth.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know, and just the insanity of it. Like, she just, like, I just kept looking at her like, what the hell?
Yeah.
She was like mad. Like, I told her, I'm like, dude, they're paying us more money than God to work. She's like, I hardly believe that. I don't think they're paying you that much. I'm like, they're paying us a lot more than you'd like to hear.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, my high school stalker makes $18 an hour. She's like, well, there you go. So how am I supposed to compete against that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, how do you look somebody in the face and go, my store's net profits were tens of millions of dollars last year. Like, we can afford to pay people. We're not hurting for money.
Nope, there's another hack on a crypto platform.
I'm shocked, I tell you.
Losing $325 million. But no, it's secure.
I mean, just in general, crypto's such a scam.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also slightly annoying when I say something and then I'm like, oh yeah, that was sent out in December. They're usually, but I'll go ahead and get that out for you. I don't know when they're, and after that, I don't know when they're sent out usually. I'm like, I just told you like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I know sometimes I need to work on listening, but it's so fucking annoying. It's like, please, dude, please, just... It doesn't matter when it's usually sent out. You didn't get it.
Right.
Jeez. Anyways. Phone number. Yeah, and also in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the actress who plays Aunt Hilda, she plays the assistant to Chris Pine's character in Wonder Woman. And she was also in The Office.
Man, I just did not care that much for The Office. I watched all of it, but I did not care that much for it.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, but...
I get why people like it. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah. All right, now time to... Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, if this would... I was like, can you stop calling us so we can do some emails? Because the emails are piling up. Okay, thanks.
All I want is a PS5. Why can't I find a PS5? Stupid PS5s.
I mean, part of it is just electronic scarcity, but...
Yeah, it's a chip shortage thing, but then it's also they're automatically sold out the second they do manage to make any.
Right. They've talked about, I know they've, pundits have talked about, there are ways to make it so that scalpers can't buy them all up, but, companies just don't care because...
They still make money.
Yeah, there's no incentive for them not to stop scalpers. I mean, electronics in general are just crazy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ordered my new DAC, Christmas time, and I'm not expecting to see it, I'm told I shouldn't expect to see it till mid-February to early March at the earliest.
Oh, wow.
That's how backed up they are.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell everybody, not you guys, but it's at work, they're like, what do you mean it's 3 to 6 months to get a light fixture? I'm like, that's how far they're backed up. Oh, this is bullshit. I'm like, I don't care. That's how long you have to wait. Take it or leave it. I'm warning you right now. If you order this, you're not going to get it for a while. So as long as you're okay with that, let's do it. Otherwise, I don't want to hear your complaints in 2 months when it hasn't shipped. I just won't buy it. There you go. Anything else? I told her that was what started the whole conversation with the lady last night. She was like, I can't believe that. People are so lazy. I'm like, it's not a matter of laziness. It's a matter of, we're that backed up. Then she admits, she goes, we bottle some sort of sauce. That's her company. And, they can't get, bottles or caps. And I'm like, you just admitted that, you're having problems. What, how dissociated are you from reality? What? Anyway.
Jeez.
Anyways. Let's sigh. Okay, what am I? It's I was doing something, and then I got sidetracked for half a second.
Right.
Hubby fell asleep.
Hubby's like, screw that shit.
Well, he doesn't feel well, so.
Yeah, makes sense. You were renewed by mail 3 weeks ago. Okay. See here, isn't there? Okay.
Ooh, Laid Back Camp is getting a smartphone game that we'll probably never get.
Oh, fun.
Of course you will never get. What is this madness? Smartphone games in the United States? Get out of here. You think this is Japan? God damn.
No, now that I think about it, I don't really play smartphone games anymore.
Ah!
It's people are like, oh, I said in my check 3 weeks ago. Do you realize it takes
Don't
it
even
takes some
get
time.
Me started.
I'm it's called the Postal Service. You do by snail mail, it's going to take a little bit longer than going online or calling us.
Right.
Did you enjoy my snail mail gift, by the way, Cupcake?
You son of a bitch, I'll pay you back in space one of these days.
By the way, Cupcake, at some point I will also be sending you something because I saw it and
I don't want you guys sending me shit. I will hurt you in financial ways if you keep doing this.
It's too bad. I saw it and thought of you and had to send it to you.
I have the means and the ability to make you pay. Don't make me Get up out of my chair, goddammit.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
I have your address, Kiki. You should know this. I can do horrible things to you.
I have yours now, too.
So? Just refuse mail from your address. Return to sender. Address unknown. The thing is, I have a much higher financial means to do damage.
True.
I won't, but I could. That's the scary part.
Not really?
Alright.
No, it was nice. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't have anywhere for it to go right now. I'm trying to find a spot to set it.
BRB.
Okay. Well, I didn't really think of that when I got it.
No, I know, I'm like, where the hell am I going to put a stuffed bulldog? Son of a bitch. Oh.
Oh, poor Cupcake.
I know, sorry. I'm old and crotchety. Not crotchety, what am I trying to say? I don't. Yes, please. When? Hopefully painlessly, please and thank you.
You're an American. We don't die painlessly.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Put on my shawl.
No. I'm actually quite nice. It's not too cold, not too hot. I mean, it's
Sweet.
Like 66 in the bedroom, so.
I don't want to hear this. You all make me angry. Angry!
Poor
I hear you, Mr. Wallace.
It's so cold that I have a 3-gallon humidifier running right behind me, and it can only keep the humidity in the room about 30% because that's how dry it is.
Ow.
I've put close to 20 gallons of water in the air to no avail.
Just ouch.
Like, I honestly thought at this point I was going to hit the tipping point and it would, even out. No, I just keep dumping more and more water in the air. That's how dry our house is. I got this, in the middle of being on vacation last week. It's still running.
Oof.
We did what? Oh my fucking god.
What's up?
We've essentially allowed PG&E to go, hey, we know we started those wildfires and everything, but you know how we're being fined and shit? Well, we're gonna make you pay for them.
Right, well, that's what they're doing in Texas.
Fucking shit.
If this will, what the thank you. Yes. Oh, I think the sausage is realizing. I think hubby went outside to shovel, at least to help mitigate the snow pilage.
Right.
Yeah, we have a dual membership. No, you didn't. At least not this membership. I did this. Yeah, except it's not there. Oof. I see what happened. Oh my god. I swear to God, people. Jeez.
Oh my god, hang on.
Oh. Funny.
What if we kissed on the gay anti-homeless bench?
So bizarre.
Equality for all, unless you're homeless.
Yeah, fuck poor people.
That reminds me of a churchgoer who called the cops on the statue of Jesus on the bench because they thought it was a homeless person.
Oh god, yeah.
And it's like, oh, you called the cops on Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still my favorite one.
There's a reason I'm glad that atheists exist. Yeah. Guess they show up Christians every single goddamn time. Yeah. Itchy, scratchy. So, Kiki for about 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Huh?
We're at about 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh, are we?
Just,
okay.
Yeah. Just figured I'd throw that out there.
Well, we're not saying anything, so maybe we should stop.
Maybe
Madness! We need at least 5 hours of silence so you can cut it down to an hour and a half.
Well, I ran out of news articles.
Well, look at me. I've never had anything to talk about. All I do is work.
Poor Cupcake.
Well, somebody's got to pay the bills.
That's true. Okay. Thanks for podding and whatnot.
Anytime. Hold on, dude.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's the thingy? Why is my taskbar not coming up?
Oh. Toodaloos.
Bye.
Alright, I'm gonna go take a nap. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you once again for listening to the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party podcast with Kiki, Cupcake, and Miss. The human heart beats, on average 100,000 times per day. My heart pumps tea instead of blood, which is also much tastier. Farewell my fellow internet beings.